Hi, I'm Ryan with Best Delegate, and I'm here with Rhonda Shafi at the Columbia Model United Nations Conference and Exposition, the Secretary General of the conference. Thank you for having Kevin Felix Chan and me visit.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, for sure.
All your delegates are going to be having a lot of fun.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's the sense that I've gotten from them. Yeah.
What would you say makes the conference unique?
Definitely the committees. I think that, we tried to put a lot of effort and we invest a lot of effort in the stuff outside of committees, like the ice cream social and the delegate dance, even the roses that we sell, just to make it more enjoyable for the committees and for the kids. But at the end of the day, I mean, the quality of the committees that we're running, I think, really makes us special and distinctive from all the other conferences out here. I mean, we're a crisis conference.
Right.
I mean, even when we're running an 80-person GA like the Copenhagen Summit, we really try to make sure that there are always crisis simulations going on, that people are always off their feet, that they're expected to think at the second. They're not allowed to, just sit back and, be dwelling on one issue for 40 minutes.
One thing that you said in your opening speech
at
opening ceremonies was how Black Swan events have defined at least the past decade. I know you were referring to like September 11, the financial crisis. I thought that was a really cool line in your speech and how it's influenced the philosophy of the conference.
I think, people sometimes have the tendency to cast Model UN as something that's, not realistic at all, something that is a practiced form of debate, something that people do just as an extracurricular and that's it. But I'm really convinced that it's something that really does translate to the real world. The fact that a lot of the events that have shaped at least the first decade of the second millennium have been things that have come out of nowhere. And how do we respond to those things? We can read textbooks in school, we can follow the trajectory of history to the best that we can, but through debate and through practicing something at the moment, at happenstance, that's how we become more innovative, that's how we become more creative, and that's how we form the future generations of leaders and thinkers.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Clearly Model UN has meant a lot to you.
Yeah.
You've been doing it for a long time now.
Long time. Definitely, I think over 10 years now.
Over a decade's worth of Model UN experience, yes.
Yeah.
What would you say? Like, how would you describe like your Model UN experience? Like, what has Model UN meant to you?
Yeah, I mean, starting out when I did middle school Model UN even, it was just, at the beginning it was this practice that we thought would, make us smarter for sure. We thought that, our school curriculum can teach us one thing, and, writing for the school paper can maybe make your writing a little bit better. But to be able to speak well and to sell your argument really well to a group of people and to persuade people and to create blocks and those sorts of things, you could really only get out of Model UN. And we learned that instantaneously. And we knew that the stuff that we were doing, even at the middle school level, was so substantial to that degree. So, I mean, I stuck with it just because I got, like, this, I don't know how to, this thrill out of debating, out of conferences, Yes, a rush. Sometimes we were really competitive and sometimes, we just were really enjoying what we were doing. But it was a rush for sure, every single time. And it continued to be a rush through high school, continued to be a rush through college. I still go to some college conferences. Yeah. And it comes full circle, planning CMUNCE. So I don't know.
That's really cool.
Something that's fun. Yeah.
That's really cool. And I mean, clearly you've been involved in Model UN for a long time. It's led you up to this moment where you're Secretary General of Columbia's conference. And what advice would you give other Secretaries Generals or people who want to be Secretary General? We just got an email actually from a student. Really? Believe he's actually in India who's like, I want to be Secretary General of the conference that I run here. What advice would you give to this delegate?
I think I've been really lucky because I was able to be Director General of this conference last year. So I was able to work with Sejal, our SG, last year, and kind of learn from, not from mistakes, but from like the logistical standpoint of the conference and how it was going, and even carrying through this year. And if there's one thing, it's really having a listening ear. Not only to, I mean, staff is one thing. You first have to look at your staff and the people working on your conference and say, well, first, who can I work with? Who's going to help me out? Who's going to be committed to this cause? Who's going to devote the last weekend of their winter break to come back to school just to, herd 500 random high school kids from around the world? So listening ear to staff, why do they want to do it? What can I do for them to bring them here? Really listening to their needs and to their interests. Listening to the delegates is a really important thing too. We could churn out 5 GA committees and, you know, 2 security councils, 1 historical, 1 modern day, and maybe an ECOSOC committee and stuff like that, and be a really good Model UN conference that our staff would do an excellent job at running and would be, you know, pretty easy for us to run, logistically speaking. But that's not what kids want. They want to have fun. I mean, they want to debate, you know, some of them want to go away with awards, some of them want to, you know, make friends or just go to the delegate dance and things like that. And those are all different needs, and a good conference and a good SG can meld all of those into one thing. So it's really listening to the needs and what they want.
I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
It's like identifying your customers' like demands.
Exactly.
Or like what they want and giving that to them.
And advisors too. That's really important.
Yes.
Never let the advisors down. That's the one downfall of an SG.
That's the golden rule.
Yeah. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Thank you so much for having
coming.
us here.
Yeah, no,
having
thank
Best
you.
Delegate here and speaking with me.
Yeah, no,
and the conference seems to be running really well, and your delegates are having a lot of fun.
Yeah, no. Thank you guys for coming. Hope you come back next year too.
We hope so too.
Yeah.
Thank you.